Welcome to our first edition of The Den. We are here with men's wrestling coach Terry Pack. Terry, the Truman Center has been completely transformed. We're in the women's locker room. This is impressive in here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the things we talked about when we were coming here is when you're starting a new team, you have to have something that draws interest to it, right? And obviously they don't have a wrestling room. They didn't have locker rooms at that point, and we had no mats, we had no previous coaching, so we had nothing to rely on, right? So we knew we had to find things that attracted kids. And we knew with our staff that we had coming in was one attraction, but to be able to do the locker rooms, make it look as close as we can to a Division I feel was really what we were going after.
How did it go so far? I mean, has it worked out? I mean, this is not your first time starting a program. This is your third time that you've started a program from scratch?
More or less. I mean, it's a second junior college program that I've started. I've been involved in starting Legends of Gold in some of the biggest clubs in the country. Our club in South Dakota is 40 acres, sleeps 200 athletes, 6.5 full mats, all the time and get up to 10. So, I mean, we built that from just a little hole in the wall. You know, I started in the Osho from scratch, just like this. We had nothing. We had no mats, we had no wrestling room, we had no anything. And 2 years later, we won a national title. And that's what we're convincing these kids is that we know the track record. We know how to do it. A lot of people start new programs and they have no blueprint. Well, we have a blueprint, and I wrote the blueprint, and it worked out pretty dang well last time. So we're using those same things, and I'm trying to tie those same pieces that got our success there to be able to bring here. But on the flip side of that, I also know the things that didn't work. So I'm being able to go into it with those positives and those negatives where a lot of coaches don't have that in front of them. So for us, we're just where we thought we would be at this point.
So you are on track in your past experience as you've built some programs. We're about right kind of where you anticipate. You're not pressing the panic button or anything like that.
Yeah, no panic button for me. Our first year is about building our community relationships. Without a community relationship, we're never going to get where we want to be. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the first things that we did in Kansas. We recruited lots of Kansas athletes, and then we built around it. And that's exactly what we did here. We went after the best athletes that were available in the state of Nebraska, and then we sprinkled them in with wrestlers from around the country, from Idaho to Ohio to Florida to all over the country. So for us, we're on that same trajectory to try to put ourselves in a top 10 finish a year from right now.
Yeah. Has it almost been a year since you've kind of come on board, hit the recruiting trail, or maybe not a year yet?
Not even close, really. So they finally finalized some things around Christmas, but it was only 10 hours a week.
Okay.
So, and then at that point, we still didn't know where it was going to go or how it was going to go. And then finally, they were able to put some things together with me of my past administrative experience that lent it to be a better position for me to be able to come on full time. And that was February 6th. And then Anthony came in the end of April, and Jake came in June. So, we've done a lot of work in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But we've done it with administration, with staff support, with administrative support, with town support. So we've got a lot of people that are wanting to see this thing succeed. And when that happens, it's a remedy for success.
How tough was it to get a schedule put together?
It was horrible. The open schedule is normally fairly easy. Some of the Division I rules just changed over the last 30 days. That actually made Iowa State and Northern Iowa and some other schools cancel their opens or move them way back. So it definitely threw a wrench in our open tournament scheduling. But, more importantly is we're into Region 9, which is, for us, the furthest region we could be in, right? We're 10 miles from the Kansas border, and they didn't put us in the Jayhawk Conference.
Oh, wow.
We're 45 minutes to Omaha into that region, and we're not in that Iowa region. So for us, it was tough because, we have to travel to Trinidad, we have to travel to Western Wyoming, Northwest Wyoming, Arturo, snow, all of the things that are far away from us. But, we had a hard time because all of those schools have assigners that kind of do their schedule for them, and there's a lot of teams in the Jayhawk, right? There's a lot of teams in that Iowa conference. So what happened is they already had schedules set. So they were at their dates or maxed their dates, right? So for us, we had to really go out, beg, steal, and borrow to get a schedule. And we couldn't find, we didn't go after the lightweights. We went after the best guys there is. And we said, hey, we know we're 10 freshmen, but we want to step in here and we want to compete. And the only way we're going to know where we're at a year from right now is to go find those big dogs right away. And I think when you look at our schedule, you'll see that we've done that.
Yeah, absolutely. Where are you at as far as practicing at this point? Have you just kind of started the training period, or where are you at, and how is this going to lead into your season?
So some of the rules are different. We're only allowed 8 hours of that time per week. Right now, we're only doing strength and conditioning. Okay. So our girls and guys are doing the strength and conditioning, and we're looking forward to getting on the mat and being able to get that next piece going. But we're really fortunate to, in my opinion, get this foundation base down, let them get used to us, get used to them before we're on the mat 5 days a week in October.
Yeah, we're going to have at least one player that you're talking to. And in all honesty, we have cut that segment. We're going to fiddle with this and put it all in order. But one of the things that he said that really stood out was that he came here because of you. Your reputation precedes you. I mean, how big is that? I mean, let's be real here.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't. My resume looks great on paper, right? I appreciate that, but more importantly, it's about developing that rapport. And I think when you look back, I've got an athlete from Ohio whose dad was a national champion for me. And I think those relationships are a far bigger piece than my resume. I think people know I'm going to take care of their sons or daughters. I think they know that I have the best interests out for them academically and athletically, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure they win and they get on to the next level. And I honestly think that supersedes being the coach on world teams and winning national titles. I think that personal relationship is a far greater asset for us than the resume itself.
Yeah. SEC men's wrestling coach Terry Pack from the Den, back with more after this.
Well, we're here today with Keith Smith. Keith today is our athlete that we're going to do a profile on and hit him with some rapid fire questions at the end. So Keith, tell us what high school you're from, give us a little bit of your background, and then we'll kind of go from there.
I was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, went to Lincoln East High School all 4 years. I've been wrestling since I was in 5th grade. Started at LWC, went to CWC, and then went to my Omaha clubs. I'm a Fargo national champ, preseason national champ, two-time state champion, third 1 year, and then my freshman year I was actually on JV, so it's pretty much.
So like a big jump, right? You go from JV to being a Fargo national champ,
Yeah.
to being a two-time state champ. So you transferred in this year. So I don't want to really talk so much about that, but just to let people know that you've had that kind of that lapse here in between. So talk to me a little bit about Fargo. What drew you to wrestle Greco, right? You're a Greco guy, not a freestyle guy. So tell us what led you to Greco.
I think Greco led to me, honestly. I always like freestyle more. Like even still, like I want to like freestyle more, but I think just like how I'm built, I was always a Greco wrestler, and so I always like the stats showed at every tournament I was doing better in Greco than I was in freestyle, and so even my dad was like, "You're better at Greco." I always didn't want to admit it, and then I kind of just committed. I was like, I want to be a Greco wrestler, so then I started really training hard for Greco and got it done.
And obviously Keith and I, we won't tell the story today, but Keith and I go back a ways, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. So Keith, tell me, like, obviously there's a lot of colleges that were talking to you. Your resume is one of the things, but what led you to SCC over the other colleges that you looked at for this year?
I believed in you for the main reason. I mean, like, Beatrice, Nebraska, I never thought I'd be here, but I think you're pretty much the main reason I'm here. I mean, I know your history. I know you can make me great. I want to get back to the highest level, so that's why I'm here.
So far, what have you liked about SCC in itself? Is it, how are classes going? How's the dorms? How's practice? How's the overall climate for you so far?
I love it. We got a good team. I'm cool with everybody on the team. All the coaches, really cool guys. Teachers, professors. I've met all my professors, talked to them privately. They're all really nice. It's like a small community here, so I like it.
So going into practice, obviously we haven't done a lot, right? Only a little bit in, just starting our third week. In your opinion, how's practice going for you and overall?
First day was, knocking off a little bit of the rust, but gradually starting to get my timing back, and I'm feeling good. So I'm ready to start picking it up a little bit and see how this year goes.
Well, I know we're expecting big things out of you, and now what we're going to do, we're going to hit you with 5 questions.
All right.
See what your answers are. Your favorite video game?
Ooh. OG Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. That's probably the best.
Who is the one person you would like to meet if you could meet anybody on Earth that's still alive right now?
Jeez. Probably, like in wrestling or like
Anywhere,
just
anybody.
Anyone?
Yeah, it could be LeBron, it could be anybody you want.
Man, I don't know.
Be a president, anybody.
Probably, I don't know, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
That'd be good.
If you had a superpower, what do you wish it would be?
Oh, I wish I could fly for sure.
One place you would like to visit.
Jamaica.
Okay, last one. If you could talk to dogs or have X-ray vision, what do you choose?
X-ray vision.
Why?
So you can see through stuff. Like, I could see who's out there. I could see who's in this room, who's in that room. I don't know. Just I don't know. I wouldn't want to talk to dogs. I feel like they got a lot of stuff to say. I don't want to hear what they got to say.
I know that same feeling sometimes at practice. All right. Hey, thanks, Keith. And again, we're expecting big things out of you this year. And I know a lot of people are excited that you're here, as well as our coaching staff. And looking forward to a great year. Again, we're back. This is our female profile of the week, and obviously you can tell we just grabbed her right out of practice. But this is Nevaeh Leonard. Nevaeh, tell us where you're from and a little bit about your high school wrestling career.
I'm from Yankton, South Dakota. I've been wrestling since I was in fourth grade. My freshman year, women's wrestling wasn't sanctioned yet, so I was wrestling on the boys' team. But my sophomore year was the first year it was sanctioned. I got first at high school state that year. The following year I placed second, and my senior year I got first at state again.
Yeah, we got those pictures still, huh? So Nevaeh's kind of like Keith. I've known Nevaeh for quite a while, training with us in South Dakota. So Nevaeh, tell me a little bit about how you plan to make the switch from folk style to freestyle.
Well, I've already trained freestyle a little bit. I've trained with you, and I also trained with Bill at Legends of Gold in Vegas. So I already have some of the basic skill sets, and I kind of am just planning on building off of that. So yeah, it's nice to already have some of the skills already.
Yeah, because a lot of the girls obviously are coming in, and they're looking up to you because they don't have that. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but if you can't tell, Nevaeh spends a little bit of time in the weight room.
Just a little bit.
Go ahead, show. Go.
No.
Go on, man. All right, there we go. So Nevaeh spends a lot of time in the weight room. She works super hard. Definitely one of the things that intrigued us, and more specifically me, about you coming here. So far, what is the best thing about SCC that you've enjoyed? Is it your roommates? Is it the teachers? What is it?
I did get blessed with some pretty great roommates, but honestly, I like the support from you coaches. You're not only here for us with the athletic part, but you're supporting us with our personal problems. You're supporting us through our education, offering to help get tutors, making sure we get study hall hours in to make sure that we get all of our work done. You're not just solely focused on your athletic part of the program. You're making sure that we're staying up with our academics as well.
So obviously there's other schools that you talk to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people would love to have you in their program. What made you choose SCC over some of those other colleges?
Part of it was the relationship that I already have established with the coaches. Another part of it is the skill set that I know you guys have over the other coaches, and I just, having the familiarity with you guys already, I don't have to worry about like being on a female team with male coaches if there's some underlying intentions there that are not good, since I already know you guys.
So practice has been going for starting our third week. So far, how has practice been for you? How's everything seem to be working up to this point, practice-wise?
I've enjoyed the practices. I feel like that it's good for the people who are newer because they're given the time to like get the hang of it, but for the people that are more experienced are able to push themselves and work at their own pace with it. I also like how we're alternating between mat practices and the lifts and the conditioning so that we're getting all aspects of it in. And then having open lift on Friday, I also really enjoy because, you know, as you said, I like going to the gym, so I like doing my own program.
Did anybody ever notice? All right, Nevaeh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to end this with 5 questions.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Here's the first one. If you could talk to animals or have x-ray vision, what do you choose and why?
Talk to animals because I have a very good relationship with my dogs, and if I had x-ray vision, I don't know what I would do with that.
Well, just so you know, Keith did not want to talk to dogs because he thought they'd say too much.
I could see that.
One place that you would like to visit if you could go anywhere and money didn't matter.
Italy.
Awesome. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
Shape-shifting, just because I feel like I could be more useful.
Oh my gosh. Of all the million things I thought somebody would say, never would it be. Oh my Lord. Okay. That's why you're Nevaeh. Do you play video games?
Not really.
Okay. What's your favorite TV comedy?
Friends.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right, last one. And by the way, this literally took Keith about 40 seconds to think about. If you could meet one person living in anywhere in the world that's still alive right now, who would it be and why?
Yeah. The cricket in the background. Amanda Nunez. She's a UFC fighter. For a long time, I wanted to grow up to be a UFC fighter. I got over that because I really didn't want to get my face punched in. But I don't know. She's just a strong female figure, and she's badass. And yeah, I look up to her. She's pretty sweet.
I would agree with that. Nevaeh, thank you. I know we're looking forward to a really good year and really expecting some big things out of you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.